affordability. But now the tide is turned. We need to discuss both together, accessibility and affordability. My colleague said that we need to discover or explore creative and novel sources of energy, but this would have some cost involved.
But you know, he talked about solar energy, and the amount of megawatts that we can produce just with solar energy is sufficient for Pakistan to not only fulfill its needs but also export energy.
I think solar potential for Pakistan, it will cover our needs for future generation as well, but it involves capital investment in it. We need to indigenize our solar potential, and we need to develop solar panels within Pakistan. So we need to import technology in terms of that we start to develop solar panels and solar technologies in terms of solar stoves and solar electric stoves and generate electricity through solar. But firstly, we need to look into the matter of capital cost involved in it, and that capital cost can be decreased, can be reduced if we start exploring indigenous resources, so that we can develop these opportunities and these resources within Pakistan. In this way, I think our future generation would be secure in terms of energy security. We would have uninterrupted energy supply in terms of solar power. And we're talking about hydropower plants. Well, Pakistan's current economy, I think, cannot afford building bigger dams. We need to
look at
alternative resources. We need to look into microhydel dams. We need to explore the option of solar power plants, but with indigenous resources, not with the imported ones.
All right. Because that's an interesting point, Dr. Usman. When it comes to all of these, especially in the nuclear energy field, China National Nuclear Corporation, Pakistan Atomic Energy Corporation, signed the contract for construction installation of a 325 megawatts PWR in Chashma way back in 1991. How important has that project and other projects been, and how important is, in your point of view, nuclear energy as a source of energy for a country such as Pakistan?
Well, talking about alternatives and talking about cleaner energy, nuclear is a very effective option. Pakistan has the capability. Pakistan has the Chinese research and Chinese support in this regard. I think if we look at geopolitics of a world today, we cannot rely on single source of energy. We need to diversify it, whether it is nuclear power, whether it is well, you say piped gas, whether it is renewable energy sources. We need to diversify it. We need not rely on a single source. In terms of that, we need to build whatever we can build with our limited resources, within our limited resources. In these terms, I think collaboration with China for the nuclear development, for the nuclear energy development projects, I think it is imperative for Pakistan's survival and Pakistan's energy sector as well.
All right. Dr. Usman, when it comes to collaboration as far as the energy sector is concerned, how important has that been between China and Pakistan? And unit of CANIP also talked about coal as a source of energy, talked about the huge reserves of coal that we have in Thar. Should we use coal as an alternative means of energy production, and how important is coal as that source of energy?
Well, the simplest answer is no, but giving the Pakistan's economic situation, I think for shorter term, Pakistan needs to explore.
Because you know, even countries in Europe are currently using coal, have started to use coal.
They are using cheaper fuel resources. Pakistan can also explore the cheaper, whatever is cheaper for Pakistan, because the problem is Pakistan's total energy mix contains about like 20% rely on natural gas, and natural gas is depleting. Pakistan is required to produce that 20% through some fuel. And that fuel should be cheaper. If that is not cheaper, it is going to cost us in terms of affordability of it. So we need to explore all the options that are
with
on the table.
Cost saving measures, and then slowly and steadily move towards those that will be cost efficient and that could last for generations to come. I think that is the key word, generations,
Yes,
the next generations to come. Dr. Usman Chauhan, when it comes to different sources of energy, you've mentioned, how should Pakistan go about as far as its energy mix is concerned? We have nuclear energy in the form of CANOP, we've got coal as a source of energy, we've got solar, and we've got wind energy, but of course that needs to be put into place through mechanisms that will have a certain cost attached to it, but in the long run they're going to be most cost effective. What are the direct interventions that need to be done as far as Pakistan's energy mix are concerned in the next year or so?
Pakistan has almost no supply on energy mix in terms of supply. What we can do in short run, we can have some conservation measures. We can conserve electricity, we can conserve energy, and then we can talk about what we need to do in terms of energy mix. In terms of energy mix, solar is the key. In terms of energy mix, renewables is the key. Obviously, you are right that it has some capital cost for the short run, but it is the cost that we need to pay if we need to survive in the longer run, if we need to have better energy security situation for the longer run. I think renewable is the way forward. I think solar is the way forward, and I think we need to change our habits in terms of conservation, in terms of energy savings in all the sector of Pakistan, residential sector, commercial sector, the industrial sector, and the services sector. Government needs to take the lead on this.
And I hope it will take your advice and the advice of Dr. Usman Chauhan as well, as far as how to move the country forward in terms of energy mix is concerned. Thank you very much, Dr. Khalid Waleed. Thank you very much, Dr. Usman Chauhan, to have joined us, to have talked to us about Pakistan's future as far as its energy production.